Member from Oshawa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my question is for the acting premier. Premier, within the start of question period, we've just been notified that General Motors has announced another shutdown of another line. We've got another 1,000 individuals going to be laid off as of September the 8th in the auto sector. This is only at General Motors. The spin-off will be announced after that. The CAW is going to be hit very strongly, as will all the workers, which could be thousands and thousands of individuals in the region of Durham. Premier, acting premier, what are you doing in order to support and to make sure that the auto sector is as strong as it was in the past in the province of Ontario?
Good question. Premier.
The Minister of Economic Development.
Minister of Economic Development and Trade.
Thank you, Speaker. I am very pleased to accept this question. It is always very difficult when we realize that we too are suffering the effects of a strong slowdown in the United States. We were speaking with General Motors today, and my office was in touch with Buzz Hargrove, the president of the CAW, as well. And what is difficult to see is that all over North America, they in fact are slowing down and removing a shift. There are 3 such facilities in the U.S. that will be losing a shift. They will be losing theirs in July. Ontario's, however, out of Oshawa, won't be affected until September. So there is some level of good news there by comparison. I will tell you, though, that this member in particular from Oshawa knows better than most members in the House who don't have the benefit of a plant in their own backyard the very necessity of having an automotive policy so that when there are investments to be had, those investments land in Ontario. Thank you, Speaker.
Supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Through you, Mr. Speaker. We know the details of the job losses, the 3 plants that are there, but what we haven't heard is a plan or something to come forward to assist the auto sector. This is going to have, it's the largest employer in the province of Ontario. Speaker, it's extremely important that we come forward with a plan that will give initiatives to make sure that we build a stronger economy. It all comes down to the economy. What are you specifically going to do to aid the auto sector to ensure that we've got jobs in the future, not just at General Motors, but as well as the feeder plants that are going to lose thousands of individuals as well?
Thank you, Speaker, and I do appreciate this question, in particular coming from the official opposition. We have been asking you for support for every single step along the auto supply chain all the way along. This past week, we just introduced support for the auto parts makers as well as the tool, die and mold. These are all elements that are a function of this past budget, and I asked the member opposite, where were you when it came to vote on a budget that specifically identifies not just the assembler, but the part supplier, the tool, die sector that are all affected by the changes and challenges in the automotive industry. This is a government that has never put forward more support to this sector like this government has in these last 5 years, and it is members of the opposition party that we expect to have as support on these matters. When this budget is finally here for that final and third reading, I especially will be watching the member for Oshawa to see how he votes on this budget. Thank you, Speaker.
New question, the member from Hamilton Centre.
Thank you very much.